Okie dokie, welcome to cooking videos. If we can hurry this up. Alright, welcome to cooking videos with Dave number 80. Today we have the Sandwich Cutie Cat, or as I call her, well, something else, and crack chicken. This is from Sam the Cooking Guy. We also have several other videos. And yeah, so I'll give everyone just a little bit of time to get on in here. Neat. Okay, let's start this.
Today we're grilling the ultimate mashup. Grilled chicken meets jalapeno popper meets grilled cheese. It's cheesy, spicy, a little smoky, and totally ridiculous in the best way. You'll never look at a sandwich the same way again.
Okay. Let's go.
That's what I said.
Hurry the hell up.
You'll never look at a sandwich the same way again. It's basically 3 sandwiches in one. Damn. Every part of this, every component of this, every piece of this is going to be spectacular. I'm going to grill some jalapenos behind me. I'm going to grill some chicken behind me. Then there's the cheese and there's cream cheese. Oh, it's luxurious and flavorful and fantastic and bad for your body in the best way.
Hey, dude, I know you're a chef, but you might want to check your pan, bud.
So let's not jack around. Let's get to it. I forgot another important part. We're making bacon onion jam. That should have sizzled. Allow me to add some sizzle sound. Okay, so this is, bacon chopped up pretty fine. I just want this to cook until it's about, 3/4 of the way done, and that will be represented by a ton of foam in here. So sit back, relax. We'll be back when it gets to that point. Remember I said foamy? It's very foamy. Let me get rid of most of the grease. I'll be back. Next in, some finely diced red onion. Oh, this is just getting better every time I add some.
See what he's gonna do.
Mix it and give it, 3-4 minutes for the onions to soften.
At Wells Fargo, we get it. You started your business to spend time on the things you love, not banking. That's why we offer business checking, payments, and lending all in one place. You're good at business, we're good at business banking. Wells Fargo.
Let me know if you can relate. Cooking for one person is so annoying. I'm obsessed with how easy Factor makes it to eat.
Yeah, and the Factor meals taste like shit.
Next in, some diced tomato. Get some mix.
It's tomato, not tomato! We're not British!
Let it cook for about a minute. Make a little space. You know what's coming. Little garlic. Let it get fragrant, fragrant, fragrant. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Mix it in. Oh, that's beautiful smelling. And then a little cayenne, some apricot jam for amazing sweetness. Let it melt a bit. Stir it in. When that's mixed nice, we add one more thing, some apple cider vinegar.
I don't know. He lives in California, so that is practically a European country.
This now gets mixed. We let it go to a low simmer and we leave it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Stir it every so often. Oof. and wait for the magic. It smells amazing already. This is
The
one of the most
magic!
legit
The
things ever,
magic!
which now sounds like the rest of my nonsense is not legit. All right, let's push this off to the side and we can carry on. I think you'd recognize these. These are jalapenos. They've been cut in half, cored out. And these are 2 chicken thighs. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give the jalapenos a little oil, get them lubed up a bit. Same with the chicken. The chicken will get a little salt and pepper, both sides. We're making enough basically for 2 sandwiches, so. All right, when these are like this, let's go to the grill. First thing in will be the jalapenos into my mesh pan. So it doesn't really matter, you're gonna do both sides, but let's be anal, shall we? And start them all on their back. God damn it, it's hot. I have long, look, these are Cooking Guide tongs. Look how cute they are. Ow! They even say, made you cook. They're silicone on one side, they're stainless on the other, they're fantastic. And I have a long handled pair that I'm too stupid to bring out. Anyway, these we want all charred up and blackened and beautiful. The chicken is gonna go over here and that will look like this. 1 and dose. All right, I say it all the time. You're just cooking chicken now. Turn it a few times.
I would have I get chicken thighs are a little bit better because they're shaped a little bit more like a sandwich. I still would have went with chicken breast though.
Times, get it to about 175. These guys though, that's what you want. A bunch of that. It doesn't have to be solid. It doesn't have to be chock-a-block black. You ever heard that expression? Chock-a-block? But get it good on that side, then we'll flip them over onto their bellies. Because they're clearly on their back right now. That should be obvious to everybody watching.
No, that's wrong.
No.
No, hold on.
You think that's
Wait,
the belly?
You think that right? You think they're on their belly?
I'm not saying it.
You think right now they're belly down?
No, they're on their backs.
That's not what you said.
No, I can cook chicken thighs, and chicken thighs are perfectly acceptable. I just would have went with chicken breast.
What did I say?
You said that they were belly down.
No, they're on their backs.
Thank you. Yes, they are.
I
That's
think
not
that
what you said.
It depends on what it's for.
Roll it back. Roll that fucking tape back.
Because there's a lot of shit that chicken breast is far superior for.
Because they're clearly on their belly right now.
Now, I will say chicken thighs are A, more forgiving, and B, for certain things, are far superior. But chicken breast has its place. And, okay, I don't like chicken drumsticks. I don't get the fascination with them. And chicken wings, while I like them, it's a lot of work for a little bit of meat. And they are the most overpriced part of the goddamn chicken.
That should be obvious to everybody watching. And of course it won't happen now because they're clearly on their back right now. They never bring the tape out now when I ask because they're clearly on their belly right now. They'll edit it somehow to make me look like an idiot.
That should be obvious to everybody watching.
And play a song about me being an idiot and don't know the difference between a jalapeno's belly and back.
Come on, little cooking guy. Let's get back on track. Truth is, he don't know.
Progressive's Up Payment program provides down payment assistance for first-generation home buyers.
Great, whatever.
Because we believe everyone should have the access and opportunity to own a home.
God, I'm so happy the era of the multicultural fucking goddamn advertising is coming to an end.
Walmart's got low prices for back to school. With tech from $9. Hello. Kids fashion from $4. And school supplies starting at 25 cents. Shop back
Don't tell the vegans.
to school for less at Walmart.
Guys, looking like that, we'll give them a little 45. Couple minutes, and then we'll flip them onto their bellies.
Well, chicken thigh doesn't have a belly or a...
Listen.
What are you talking about? You sound like a crazy person. Chicken doesn't have belly or back.
While we're here, can I show you this? To see how the liquid's evaporated? It's only been about 7-8 minutes.
Well, actually, technically, no. Chicken doesn't have a belly. It has a, gizzard.
So another, 5-6 minutes. That's gonna be luscious and amazing. And these kids, oh yeah. Yeah. Ow. That's gonna be great. It's gonna be okay. We're all gonna be fine. You can flatten them a bit, like that. Let them go. And we flip. Just flattening them out a bit. so it cooks a little more evenly. That's gonna be great. And I don't have to worry about pushing out juice because it's a thigh and it's got juice. You couldn't do that to a breast, could you, Max?
No.
Meanwhile, these kids are looking great. I think I'm okay with this level of blackening. I'm gonna take them off, let them cool. The chicken will follow, and then we're getting close to mashing everything together. You ever think to yourself that you want to get in shape, but also maybe...
For the love of God.
Beautiful. We just need to chop all this stuff up. So do it. I think a little dice like that is about perfect. And then I like to cut across the grain, if you can find it. And watch your fingers, please. And the jalapenos, and the same thing here. Now, there is a school of thought when making these that you peel this off. You peel the skin off. You know what I say to that? No, of course you can, but that's all the charred bits, and I want that. I want that extra smokiness right here. I would chop them up fairly fine, so somebody doesn't get like a big piece of this, outer skin. But aside from that, it's all good. Perfecto. Let me clean the deck and make the filling. That'd be a bowl. Should be pretty obvious. And that is a whack of cream cheese. That's an actual measurement. Did you know that, Max?
No.
Do you know how many ounces a whack is?
4.
Exactly. God, you're good. We're gonna follow up with some sharp cheddar and some smoked Gouda, because smoked Gouda makes everything better. And then remember this business? Of course you do. And all this business goes in. Softened cream cheese.
So basically he's making like a jalapeno chicken salad.
Of course, because if it wasn't, I couldn't do this. Just mix this really well. And when you're mixed and happy with it, let's cut some bread. We're ready to build. That's, see that? I love that. All right, I need 2 slices, and I'm coming right here. So this is not 1 and 2. Let's make this happen. First up, a little butter, then a piece of pepper jack cheese. The other side, remember the bacon jam? The bacon jam. Oh my God.
Is he gonna
this is
toast
beautiful.
this or griddle
Make it,
this?
put it in your fridge, people. You'll be glad it's there. And then when you go to use it, take it out maybe a half hour, 45 minutes before. Because you don't want it.
I don't know. Okay, the bread's too thick for me.
It's cold. It'll have way more flavor if it's room temp. Now this business. So this is a fairly small format slice of bread. You'll probably get 4 regular size out of this much filling. So now we're just building like this. Be even with your work. One more thing. One more piece of cheese. This kid goes on top.
Okay, so is he
Oh
gonna griddle
I know
this
it's
up?
coming. It's gonna be insane. Okay, I know there's a hole there. That's okay. That's called rustic, and that's a character mark. So now mayo instead of butter, because I think mayo on the outside of a grilled cheese is really important. It's a really good way to go. And now if you think you can pick...
Okay, are you gonna even be able to melt the cheese? Because, again, the thickness of the bread is concerning
Get up
me.
and put it on the flat top without ruining yourself? Do it. Here's the move. Try and do it in 1, 3, 2, and 1. Let it ride, baby. We're going to be adding mayo to the top, but not until, because if you want to give it a little love like that, you don't want a handful of mayo. You don't want a fistful of mayo. It sounds like a kung fu movie.
Actually, it sounds closer to a gay porn. So this is what Raiden was doing before Mortal Kombat.
A little bit more mayo at the top. Little spread evenly. Oh, it's hot. And now we try and do this. Uh-oh. It's never easy. Like that. Goodness gracious. Look at the top. Oh my God, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's not fair. All right, let her cook. I'm gonna put a lid on because it's so damn thick. This will help melt everything. For real, lads? And, oh.
Okay, what he probably didn't show you is he probably added a bit of water. Just to create some steam to melt all this shit. All right, now the thickness of the bread is starting to grow on me a little bit.
Maron. Let's get it off. Have at it. Oh, and look what I see when I come around. He turned and look what he saw. He puts it down for the camera. He lets, oh, it's hot. Oh, jalapeno popper with grilled chicken and bacon onion jam. Oh, holy shit.
Strange things happen when you cook over fire. family engages in something known as eye contact.
Little squish.
My neighbors come over and steal my food.
Oh, mamma mia. Hope the whole thing doesn't...
Dogs and cats live together. Somebody named Zool is in my fridge.
Fall apart. Now this. Look at that.
Oh, basically you don't squirt it right next to the, like you do with a burger where it doesn't matter. Basically you squirt it offside and then you slam that lid down. The water and the bread never actually meet.
Look at that. Jesus. I mean, that's crazy. That's the most beautiful sandwich I've ever seen. Mel, this will be the most beautiful bite I've ever taken. Do you?
The proper time to start drinking is any time that has an M.
You see what?
Or any time that ends in o'clock.
Did I see? Uh-oh.
He's mentioned it a few times what brand it is. It's not cheap. It's not horrendously expensive, but it ain't cheap.
Sandwich ever made. Oh my effing God. Maybe the greatest sandwich ever made. I'm not kidding. The bacon onion jam is so key in this. So clutch. So important. It just makes it. As does the cream cheese, the smoked Gouda, and the sharp cheddar. Oh God. I love you, my little friend. I love you. All right. So, what do we like to say?
All right. Good enough for that. All right, I want to take a look at... Nah, I don't want to do that. All right, this is fairly recently. It's from Dennis. I can't even pronounce the last name. Outdoors. All right, so...
She's going right there, eh?
Oh, God, he's from Canada.
It's Denis here from Danilo's Outdoors. Just got a bunch of smoke going in my eyes. So, going to be doing some chicken nachos tonight. Just heating up the pan. Got some oil in the pan. We're going to put the chips in here shortly, and I'll show you that here in a second.
Okay. Now, cooking over live fire is... It's probably the most challenging of them all because it's a bitch. I've cooked over live fire before. Fire's unpredictable. It's fucking fire. What do you want? I will say it does have some perks. You get a nice light smokiness in your food. But again, I would, if you're not experienced, I would say try to use things that are more forgiving, like a burger or something. And if you're gonna do chicken, then this is where I would bust out the chicken thighs, because they're way more forgiving than chicken breasts. Just keep in mind the fire is burning, so the temperature is constantly changing. Already, I like this. I just would have made the barbecue sauce myself. But I've had that brand. It's a good brand.
Okay, so we got that on there now. So we just have some chips on there, some chicken that we got, that rotisserie chicken from Costco, cheese, we got that barbecue sauce from Costco, that Kinder stuff, and some jalapenos. So we're just going to let that cook for a little bit. And with the jalapenos, we got a bunch of garlic scapes that I picked from the garden the other day, and we're just going to let that bake for a bit, and then we're going to cover it, and then we have a bunch of condiments to put on, and I'll bring you back here when it's all ready. Okay, the cover's on there now, so I'm just going to let that heat up, and we'll be back here shortly.
Go into the fold and turn website layouts into an art form with Wix Studio.
Pretty Lake. But I'm going to get to the food. Like I said, Pretty Lake. Wait for Jason Voorhees to pop out.
Hopefully that's not too hot. Oh yeah, that's looking good.
Dude, your cheese isn't even melted. Okie dokie. As much as I love ducks.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, we're calling it. Gonna pull this, I'm gonna plate it, and then we're gonna put some salsa and some sour cream on there. Okay, the dishes are done.
What the hell are you making now?
And this is what...
Oh, oof. This didn't turn out that well.
this is looking like. So we got some salsa, some sour cream, and we're gonna sit down and chow down.
Yeah, you burned half the chips, bro. I didn't see that in the pan, but oof.
Onto this.
All right, so that ends that one. All right, now we go to my favorite Mexican uncle, this guy.
Left, we have Taco Pirata from Laredo, Texas. On the right, we have Monterrey, Mexico style with just cheese, fajitas, and avocado. Which one is...
What cheese is that? Because that looks like crema.
gonna win the bite today? Welcome to Arnie's Cafe and Grill. Today, we're making Tacos Pirata. So what is a Tacos Pirata? Today we're gonna go over that, and I'm gonna share with you guys what a Tacos Pirata is here in South Texas, in the region that I'm from.
Right.
Also, we're gonna share with you some of the most common Taco Piratas in northern Mexico. So this is the menu from my restaurant I used to have many years ago. Taco Pirata plate at Arnie's Cafe and Grill was 2 tacos in a flour tortilla with fajitas, bacon, and cheese. And we also had...
I hope this guy sold his restaurant and shut it down, or shut it down voluntarily, and it didn't go out of business, because he's such a nice guy.
rice and beans on the side. But the tacos themselves were bacon, beans, and fajitas. I didn't even ever remember that I had Tacos Pirata on this menu. So in my head, I'm going like bacon with beef, you know, in a taco. It almost reminds me of an alambre, which has a couple of more ingredients, but that's generally when you see bacon and beef together in most cases. So being that I'm not the expert on Tacos Pirata, I'm gonna call a couple of friends that I think are experts in tacos and see what they tell me about Tacos Pirata. But I want to take a moment to talk a little bit about today's sponsor, Made In. Made In designs professional quality products for the home cook, and their kitchenware is used in multiple 3 Michelin stars restaurants. And their products are used in over 2,000 top-rated restaurants and hotel groups across America, with over 100,000 5-star reviews from both the press and the customers. Now today, I'm using the Made In griddle right here under my patio. But check this out. This griddle is so versatile, it can also cook directly over open fire because it's heat safe up to 1200 degrees. So you can use the griddle inside or over the stove or outside on the fire. Either way, it gets the job done. The Made In carbon steel griddle also has a big cooking surface that can get...
Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Calling my friend Jose Ralat. Let's see if he answers.
Your call has...
Hey Rod, it's Arnie. What's cooking?
Arnie, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey man, we're making a video on Tacos Piratas. You know, I cook a mean taco of any kind, but I'm not an expert on Tacos Pirata. So I was wondering...
All right, I gotta get another beer.
Or maybe you could give us a little insight there.
Do you have Jose's number?
Yes, I do, but he didn't answer, so you were my next call.
Oh, okay. Well, the beef is was really, you know, the main part, right?
Okay.
The fajita, if you will.
Okay.
And then with the cheese. And what's funny is you mentioned it, Jose and I had this discussion a long time ago. I asked him, I was like, so where does piratas come from?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He goes, no, like nobody knows. Like the etymology, nobody knows where the name pirata comes from. Now, piratas and gringas are often considered kind of like the stepchild of Mexican tacos because, you know, they're different. That's not the kind of the typical preparation. They're in Mexico. Obviously, I mean, I'm pretty sure you know they're from Monterrey. That's really where they kind of grew up and became very famous. And the beans is totally like not.
Yeah, traditionally it wasn't part of it, right? I think some of these things evolve based on what needs and what we have in
Trust me, everything evolves when it gets to the States.
our kitchen, you know, whatever abuela or great grandma used to have in the kitchen available in a hungry family. Maybe they just decided this is the way to do it, right? Because this is what we have. Or maybe a restaurant started doing it that way because that was what they had available. Who knows?
The other thing too is it adds more density to the taco.
Yes.
Like if you have the beans to it, so
Yeah.
it gives you a little bit more value without having to spend more on fajita or something.
Very true. That went Rod. Appreciate your help. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Totally.
All right, let's call the Valley's expert on tacos. Ismael Forkett. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Good.
I'm recording a video on Tacos Pirata, and I couldn't think of hardly anybody else except you and two other friends that are more expert on Tacos Pirata than I am. And I pulled out my old menu from my restaurant. My Taco Pirata was fajitas, bacon, and cheese. Have you had them
Shit, I'll try anything with bacon in it.
different, or is everybody more or less the same?
Basically just fajita or whatever, carne asada with beans and cheese. Not with bacon. Yeah, definitely not bacon.
Definitely not.
Bacon makes everything better. I'm sorry if it shits on your culture, but bacon is the king of the foods.
Not bacon.
Bacon can go wherever it wants.
Most of the time, are they in flour or corn tortillas in your experience?
Yo he visto puro flour.
Mostly flour, okay. I know you were in California. Did you experience any over there?
No.
I try to pause it enough to be transformative.
Yeah, puro trompo.
Puro trompo. I heard their tortillas are the best over there. Is that true?
Arnie.
Let's start a war.
You're not recording me right
What, the great pirata battle of...
Yeah, I am. All right, man. Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Hi, Arnie.
Hey, what's...
I'm still going bacon. Bacon can be in everything. Peppers and onions is a fine challenger because that can be in damn near anything.
What's going on, Mr. Jose? Hey, I know you're on vacation. I won't take too much of your time. I was just curious what you knew about what actually goes in a quote-unquote authentic or close to authentic taco pirata.
It would just be beefsteak thin cut because it's going to be a tougher cut and...
All right, as much as I enjoy him yapping to his friends, thank God.
Slab, and then slice it or dice it for tacos. This is flat meat, also known as flap steak.
All right, flank straight, skirt steak, whatever you want to call it.
It's usually very marbled, as you can see here. It's also very tender. It's a steak, so as long as you cook it to a medium doneness, more or less, you will have a nice, juicy, and delicious bite. And here in South Texas, this is a very popular cut. It's generally called sirloin fajitas. So that's why you may hear me interchangeably using the word fajitas, because that's basically what they're called here in South Texas. You want something with a nice sharp tip so you can get up under the fat here like this. Generally, I take this kind of membrane off because it's very chewy and it won't render out on the griddle or on the barbecue grill either. When we had our restaurant, mostly we used the inside skirt because we were buying them from a purveyor and they were already pre-marinated. And that's pretty much what most restaurants are going to have, is a pre-marinated inside skirt because it's the least expensive and the most profitable. But here in our home and in most homes, if you're going to be selecting and buying the meat yourself for home use, you're probably...
Well, and also keep in mind, if you buy, when you're at home, you can do whatever the hell you want.
You're going to want to get something like this. It's tender, it's juicy.
You can take 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 12 hours to make dinner.
and it's super delicious. And it's also less expensive than the outside skirt, which is a very, very tender fajita. So we're gonna cut this strip of meat. The grain runs like this. We're gonna cut it about 1.25 inches wide, about like so. And then we're gonna take these and we're gonna cut them about 1/4 inch thick. It can be 3/8. It doesn't have to be any exact size. You can cut them as thick or as thin as you like. I like to kind of mix them up a little chunky and a little long. It just kind of makes like a cool bite. Remember, they're gonna shrink down if you cook them for a while. They tend to puff up because of the
they're gonna shrink about 25%, give or take.
For a little while. And then as you cook them, they will shrink back down in most cases. So, all right, let's get onto our griddle and start cooking. Now, recently I made a big batch of ghee. I really love this. I used to use it a lot way back in the day. Ghee is butter that's been melted down and the milk solids are taken out. So all you have is basically oil. So our griddle is starting to get pretty hot.
Also known as clarified butter.
I'm gonna go ahead and add some fajitas on here. The other thing I'm doing today, I rinsed off a couple of jalapenos to make chile toreado. I'm gonna go ahead and roast and toast these two along with our fajitas. And I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 batches. You can see that our griddle is very hot now. You can hear that sizzle. Let me crank it up a little bit more, because these fajitas came right out of the refrigerator.
Little bit more.
You want to stir them around a little bit, get some of that oil on them,
little
coat
bit
them really
more.
good. Flip these over, flippity flip, flippity flip. Woohoo! Chile toreado. Chile toreado basically means you get the chile on the griddle or in a pan and you saute it a little bit with just a little bit of oil like we're doing here today. So you want to leave them on there and let some of that moisture evaporate and cook out. In the meantime, we're going to add a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic. The salt will also speed up some of that water coming out of the meat.
All right, I don't mind SPG, but I like SPGO, or what I call all-purpose, and that's equal parts salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and pepper.
So it'll evaporate a little bit quicker if you can get it out quicker. All right, I'm gonna leave my fajitas alone for just a little bit longer here. We want them to cook out. You can see all the water here on the griddle. That's pretty normal when you cook any kind of protein, particularly beef, in a pan or in a griddle. You're gonna get a lot of water coming out. It's totally different from cooking on a grill. If you're barbecuing, all that water drips into the charcoal, or if you're indirect, it drips into your grill. But when you're on a griddle or in a pan, all that water is there. So you gotta crank the heat up fairly high, because you want that water to evaporate. And if you have it too low, then your meat's gonna cook okay, but it's gonna taste a little bit boiled. You really want it as hot as you possibly can stand it. If you get a little bit of this
every so often I'll use MSG in something.
yummy stuff
But
here
generally, no. Generally, I like to go with salt.
on the bottom, you know, the
I know MSG is basically like dried out seaweed or some shit like that, but I don't know. I just go with salt.
You want to scrape that up, mix it in with your fajitas here. It really does add some good flavor. If you leave it on there too long, you might get a little bit of a burn taste. The cold meat will also cool off your griddle or your pan, whatever you're using. So one of the techniques I like to employ is sliding it over, let it get hot again. In this case, we're gonna add a little more ghee over here and spread it around a little bit. And then we'll push our fajitas back one more time. You hear the sizzle? All right, you can see they're changing color a little bit. I'd say these are just about done. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Look at that chile. It's done. It's ready for a...
Oh yeah, if it's something from an Asian restaurant or Asian product, you guarantee it's probably in there.
Bite. Some of these fajitas, they're not all sliced exactly perfect. You guys will hear me say that over and over again. They don't have to be perfect. At the end of the day, you want to enjoy them. Some of these are almost kind of chunky. They could be called bistec in some places here in the valley. But this one's done. Let's go ahead and get this off the griddle. But as you can see, they're not all exactly sliced the way I finished slicing them when they were raw. You can slice them thinner or thicker, however you want, like I said before. Let's add the rest of these fajitas over here. Ooh, we smoking, baby. Okay, let's put a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic on here. Add that delicious flavor. I'd say these are about done. I like to get them right around medium well, and this is one of the ways I like to check.
Ah, yes, the best way.
That's right about 145 degrees. They're done. Yep. All right, let's get these off the griddle and make some frijoles. A little bit of smashed beans.
Well, geez, there's exceptions to every fucking rule, Dagarich, but generally, as a rule, I don't use it that often.
Fried and refried. So one of the essential ingredients...
Usually, if I end up using it, I'm trying to recreate something from a restaurant.
For tacos pirata, the way we know them here is refried beans. So we're gonna go ahead and smash some beans on our griddle here, and we're gonna use those to slather our flour tortilla for tacos pirata. These are the beans that we make.
God, Jesus Christ. It's like you people don't understand the phrase, fucking the exception to the goddamn rule.
Make here at our house, our general all-purpose beans. We're gonna have pinto beans. We're gonna add a little bit of bacon.
Are those baked beans? It's just not for nothing.
2 strips of thick cut bacon, and we use about a quarter to a third of salt pork. It's kind of our all-purpose bean. Now we're gonna go party or go to an event. We're gonna make a different type of bean with a little extra stuff in it. Yeah, see how easy they slide? You gotta have that just the right amount of moisture and liquid.
That's one thing I have never gotten used to the sight of, and that's fucking refried beans.
I'm a little creamy, just
it always looks like fucking rhino diarrhea.
You want them too dried out. You want it to be easy to slather onto the tortilla. And look how quick that turned out, just really quick and easy. And there you have it, my friends. Some beautiful Arnitex refried beans. We do have a full video on how to make these as well, by the way. Let's make our taco pirata. As far as I can tell, the original one came from Mexico, and it's just fajitas, cheese, and avocado on a flour tortilla. And then Taco Palenque from Laredo, Texas, popularized taco pirata. Their style is a double tortilla with beans and yellow cheese and lots of fajitas. But it's a double tortilla. That makes a big, hearty taco that'll fill you up. All right, let's do our Monterrey, Mexico style taco pirata first. I'm gonna keep flipping these so they don't toast on me. So basically we're gonna have a tortilla and we're gonna put a bunch of cheese on here. This is the white melting cheese. No beans on Monterrey style taco pirata. Just a lot of cheese. We are doing the Taco Palenque style on this side. Now this one, while the cheese melts there, we're gonna go ahead and slather a little bit of beans on here. Now notice, we do have the double tortilla. And so we're gonna get some yellow cheese. I don't have another tongue, so I'm gonna use my hand. Lots of cheese, plenty of beans, double tortilla, fajitas. What is not to love? We're gonna get our lid on here. We want our cheese to melt. It shouldn't take more than about 15 or 20 seconds with the lid on here. That should get our cheese nice and melted. All right, I think our cheese is just about all melted there. We are ready to go. Let's get some fajitas on here. Finish the job. And I like a hearty taco. Y'all know I like a big fat taco, so I'm gonna get plenty of meat on here. Now over here, Taco Palenque style is extra hearty because it has a double tortilla and some yellow cheddar style cheese. Now in Monterrey, they do avocado. So let's get some pretty avocado on here. Let me see in the comments below, which do you think is the best taco pirata? And how have you had them wherever you're from and in the different places you may have ordered a taco pirata before? First, I'm gonna take
I actually can't think of a time I've had a taco pirata. I may have to make these.
Of the original taco pirata.
Don't worry, I'll give this guy credit even though he doesn't need it.
Which is from Monterrey, Mexico. And this one right here. Oh
but
man,
hey,
this looks delicious. I'm gonna take a bite.
The only thing I'm gonna omit is the avocado.
Right, a big bite of this one. Oh man.
Hey, I like guacamole, but I don't like avocados on my tacos.
That's good. Delicious sirloin fajita. Soft, perfectly cooked. Got a little char on the outside. That salt, pepper, garlic really makes it taste amazing. The griddle did an amazing job. I do like the balance of the cheese with the beef and the flour tortillas and the avocado. Very simple. It's just 3 ingredients, and apparently because the cheese and the beans kind of glues it all together. I do gotta say, I love that one. I love this one too. They're both delicious, but that cheddar cheese brings a whole different flavor. I guess it's what I call the familiar flavor. It's something we're used to a lot.
What was the white cheese? He said, is it Oaxaca? Is it
But then the beans ties it all together. You get that creaminess of the cheese, creaminess of the beans, and a little crunch and soft from the tortilla. Man.
Generally for tacos, my favorite sour cream is crema, but for whatever goddamn reason, that shit is now is expensive as fuck. And I don't know why.
What's not to love? Now, when we were young...
Whatever, fuck it. I'll blame Trump's tariffs. Why not? Everybody blames that shit for everything else. Yes, I understand that, Fiera, but every cheese has a fucking name. I mean, we don't call the grilled cheese cheese and the burger cheese. It's American cheese.
We were double fisting chelas. Now we're double fisting tacos. Cheers, my friends. Just kidding. Both of these tacos were amazing. They're both super delicious. I do love the simplicity of the Monterrey.
All right. Where are we at? Got about 20 or so minutes left. All right, let's do this. 3 cheese, French bread, pizza.
What are we making, guys? Can you guess? I have leftover homemade chunky pizza sauce that I made.
Please tell me that's meat.
Lots of garlic and onions in there. Some French bread and cheddar, mozzarella, and Parmesan. I'm gonna make French bread cheese pizzas. Part of the secret.
Okay, I'm fine with the parm and the moss, but why would you add white cheddar?
Is
whatever.
I think
Fuck it.
first toasting your French bread. So I'm gonna cut it and split it. And I have so much garlic in my sauce. I'm not gonna rub garlic on the bread, but I already